Tech Mahindra is the top Nifty gainer. The stock rally is nearly 4% after CLSA upgrades the stock to outperform and increases the target to nearly 1750 rupees per share.
Mahindra & Mahindra is higher after the passenger vehicle sales comfortably beat estimates, even as the tractor sales fall marginally below expectations in September. The management tells CNBC-TV18 that the sales momentum continues and they expect strong sales growth in the festive season.
Nalco trades higher as Kotak upgrades the stock to an add from a sell rating and attractive risk reward. The brokerage also has hiked the target price to 235 rupees from 160 rupees earlier.
Northern Arc reports strong growth in revenue and net interest income in the first quarter, even as provisions spike. The stock is high as the management says they will continue to grow at current levels.
Blue Dart rally is almost 6% as it announces annual price hikes to the tune of 9 to 12% effective from the 1st January 2025.
Hello and welcome to Chartbusters. I'm Nigel. With me is Mangalam. The markets from the highs of the day have slipped a little bit. So yesterday we had a down session. Today we bounced back a little bit in the first hour of trade. But as we speak, all the key frontliners in the red. Well, Mangalam, the markets actually in the last few minutes have suddenly seen a nosedive. We're down close to around 100 points, I think, in a matter of around 20 minutes.
It is, Nigel. You know, we need to watch out for where it goes from here. And what's interesting is that today, even the mid-cap index, yesterday was an outperformer in the form that it did not fall as much as the frontline indices. But in the first hour of trade itself, we have the mid-cap index, which is down 1/3%, as against the frontline indices, which are down just about 1/5% itself. Though even the advance decline ratio currently is in favor of the advances. The lines have come closer to each other than narrower. So let's see where this goes in the second half of trade. Also, speaking about the second half of trade, we will have both the financial services and the Nifty bank expiry playing out today, largely because tomorrow is a holiday. So let's see how that pans out, especially on that end of the things, because the Nifty bank is down now almost 1,600 points from the earlier high that it hit. So good time to get in Nagraj Shetty of HDFC Securities for a quick technical check on the market. Nagraj, over the last 3 trading sessions, the market's been a little volatile and mostly on the downside. Rallies are being sold into. Is this a change in trend, or is it something that is just passing and one should still buy on dips?
Hi, good morning. I'm not expecting a bigger change in trend as of now. Market has been in a spectacular rally over the last few weeks. We have seen higher tops and higher bottom formation on the chart itself is indicating the strength of the market. From the resistance of around 26,200 to 250 levels, the market has been correcting. This is a healthy correction. I'm expecting this to be a buying opportunity at the lower levels. I'm expecting Nifty to halt its downside momentum around the support of around 25,400 levels, and we could see upside bounces coming from the lower levels. And once Nifty sustains the higher bottom around 26,400 odd levels, I'm expecting Nifty to reach even new all-time highs around 26,300 in the near term.
Got it. So you're not looking to perturb Nagraj. Good to hear that. What about individual stocks? There'll be a lot of trading ideas out there. So help us out with a few.
Yeah, mid-cap and small caps are continuously outperforming. Recently, they are showing a consolidation movement, but the underlying trend remains up. I have 2 stocks from alongside. One is from fertilizer front, another is from commodity sugar front. Let's discuss about the sugar stocks, Renuka Sugar. Chartically, Renuka Sugar has been in a consolidation phase with a broader range of around 51 to 47 levels over the last few months. Recently, it has witnessed a decisive upside breakout of 51 trendline resistance and moved into a new swing highs. The overall chart pattern is looking positive. Currently trading around 55.60, 55.70 odd levels. One can look to buy at this point of time. 62.50, 63 is going to be the upside target for the stocks, and one can place a stop loss at 52.50. Another one is from fertilizer front, Chambal Fertilizers. Chambal was moving in a narrow range movement over the last few months. From the last week onwards, it has witnessed a decisive upside breakout. Sharp upside breakout was seen from the last week onwards, and the upside momentum has been continued in the last so far this week. The overall chart pattern is looking upside breakout of the bullish flag pattern. Currently trading around 544, 545. One can look to buy at this point of time. Immediate target would be around 580, and one can place a stop loss at 525.
Well, I'm just looking at a couple of other stocks which are buzzing around right now. One of them is V-Mart Retail, 10% higher, and this is on the back of good volumes as well. It's not a stock which is not done well. In fact, this year itself, it's more than doubled. The street expects, this festive season to do well for them. They're value fashion retailers, so fundamentally, it's well poised for growth. Is there anything in the charts which is suggesting there is further upside, or maybe it's tradable even after a 10.5% up move that we're seeing?
Yes, it is moving right away because after the range bound action, the upside momentum has started. There is a possibility of a consolidation 1 or 2 days. That has exactly happened in the past also. Whenever the stock has spurt up, it has shifted into a consolidation without showing any major decline. I'm expecting 1 or 2 days of a consolidation, and this upside momentum is likely to continue.
All right, take that point. Thank you so much for joining in and giving us your views on a whole host of stocks on the indices as well. Not too perturbed about the decline that we're seeing in the indices right now. Don't think that these dips will be very deep. In fact, shallow dips are reasons to buy in the market. That's the word coming in. But remember, that's the technical view. We'll get you the fundamental view on the market as well. We spoke with Sunil Kaul, who's the APAC equity strategist at Goldman Sachs. He says that there could be some continuation of a tactical rally in China, not for the next 7 days because Chinese markets are shut. But on India, they do have a target of close to 27,500 on the Nifty. And going forward, they believe that flows could ebb in India. But that's not because of China, but it's because of India itself. So let's hear out Sunil Kaul's views on India and the markets.
There could still be a bit of tactical rally continuing in China. Positioning from what we are hearing, both from long onlys, but also from the hedge funds, long short managers, is that things have kind of gone from positioning in the bottom half of the decile to like 14-15% in terms of the overall positioning, but there is still some more room for that to improve. So I would say I think you could still see next couple of weeks China momentum continue. The critical thing would be to see whether there is any improvement in the higher frequency data for the month of September, which comes out in the middle of October. Sense is that India probably still stays resilient overall. You might see a bit of weaker foreign flows, which is not just because of China. You also have US elections coming up. You have state elections in India. So there's lots going on, because of which you could see kind of tepid foreign buying in general. Our view on the overall sort of India positioning side of things has been that overall foreign positioning is still decently light in India. We still feel confident that you could see around 14% earnings growth over the next sort of 4 to 6 years, which sort of should drive markets higher, even with some multiple derating from current levels. So you could still see decent sort of early double-digit returns in the market on a sustained basis. We still have a 27,500 target on Nifty, and we are overweight the market in the context of the region.
Good news coming in, right? He's talking about mid-teen earnings growth, and he's saying that 27,500, so you're talking about an 8 to 9% increase even from these levels or thereabouts. So decent returns on the index with solid earnings growth is what Goldman Sachs is factoring in. Well, let's shift focus to our special segment where we get you a few ideas for profit from Money Control Pro. Khushbu Rai of moneycontrol.com joins us to talk about a stock that she's tracking closely. Khushbu, over to you.
In today's idea for profit, we have Emami Limited. The company has reported healthy earnings backed by largest rural presence as compared to the peers. The company reported high single-digit volume growth in the June quarter, led by summer-centric portfolio and continued rural demand recovery and favorable weather conditions. In the healthcare category, the growth is expected to improve given Emami's leadership position and product differentiation. The management has guided top-line growth in the high single-digit, led by mid-single-digit volume growth in the coming quarters. We are of the opinion that continued focus on the core portfolio and scaling up of the acquired businesses and other premium D2C brand will help growth and margins in the coming period. Emami's presence in the niche personal care categories with low penetration makes the stock a long-term investment case. Also, if we look at the valuation, the stock is trading at a PE multiple of 33 times on FY26 estimated earnings. We feel that the normal monsoon, improving macro trends and accelerating rural demand will help growth in the coming quarters.
All right, with that, we'll slip into a short break, come back on the other side. Don't go anywhere because we'll get you our exclusive interview with Kotak Mahindra Bank CEO Ashok Vaswani. All the snippets of that after this break. Welcome back. You're watching us here on Chartbusters. The market continues to, move lower, and that's largely because of Reliance. So the index heavyweight should come up for you right now, currently at the low point of trade, and it's, taken with it the Nifty lower to the lower end of today's trading range so far. Close to 25,750 is where we are, which is a correction of almost 120, 130 points from the highs. Importantly, this week itself, Reliance has corrected about 4%. So, when that puts the pressure on the frontline indices, it's difficult to rebound in absence of other sectors doing well for the market as well. So just keep an eye out on this one. We'll watch out for how that pans out. But talking about index heavyweights and, stocks in particular, let's get you a CNBC-TV18 exclusive. The MD and CEO of Kotak Mahindra Bank, Ashok Vaswani, in his first conversation with CNBC-TV18 says growth and transformation of the bank is the mandate which has been given to him. He also reiterates that the bank is regularly engaging with the Reserve Bank in an effort to lift all the restrictions as soon as possible. Let's hear him out.
Kotak is a great brand. Kotak is a great platform. There's no reason why Kotak shouldn't be within the top 3 private sector banks. And I'm talking not only of the bank, I'm talking about our subs. Where our subs are within the top 5, why we can't be within the top 3, or just full stop, be within the top 5. Right? Growth and transforming for scale is exactly what this mandate is about. India has the best digital public infrastructure compared to any other place in the world. I've worked in every other place in the world. I've never seen anything like this, right? Now, obviously, that has led to the demand for digital services having gone up dramatically. And it's about the bank systems having to keep up pace with that. So we've been spending the last couple of months really focused on how we grow and make our systems foolproof. So we've taken this as an opportunity to really say how we'll really leapfrog and make our systems really resilient and relevant for the days to come. So I think we've made very, very good progress. Obviously, we've been in continuous touch with the RBI, sometimes even every week, updating them, getting their guidance, making sure we're on the right path. And I think we've made tremendous amounts of progress. It's not unusual for deposits to drop off in the first quarter because you normally end March on a pretty high. Frankly, I've worked in the US, I've worked in the UK, and deposits have pretty much stayed flat as a percentage of GDP and continued to grow all over the years, right? And there, obviously, the participation in the capital markets is much, much, much higher than in India. So this notion that suddenly, there's going to be a complete dearth of deposits and everybody's going to invest in the capital markets,
Overdone?
I think it's overdone, right? And I think that, look, as long as there's an economy, as long as there's expenditure, as long as there's businesses, deposits will continue to kind of grow. Is the customer becoming more sophisticated and savvy? Absolutely. And that's bound to happen, right? But I don't see this situation as suddenly deposits are going to suddenly disappear.
All right, and remember, you can catch the entire conversation tonight at 7:30 p.m. only on CNBC TV18. Until then, we'll keep playing snippets of this exclusive for you on our channel. Let's move on. Let's talk about the top Nifty gainer in an otherwise wobbly market. That is Tech Mahindra, following a bullish report coming in from CLSA. Nimesh joins in with the details.
Thanks, Mangalam. So, as you rightly pointed out, Tech Mahindra is buzzing in trade on the back of a big upgrade coming in from CLSA. Just ahead of the quarter 2 earnings, CLSA today upgraded the stock to outperform from hold, and they've raised the target price to 1749. Now, CLSA believes that the EBIT margin expansion is pretty much underway. The next big milestone will be the order book. Now, broad-based growth, but only will start from FY26. And what will bring growth? Financial services, healthcare, and manufacturing. These 3 verticals will largely drive the majority of the growth for Tech Mahindra going forward. Now, EBIT margin, target of 15% by FY27. That's the stated goal by the company. The CLSA believes it's not something which is very ambitious and is pretty much achievable as well. So that's the view there. And they believe that the recent run-up in the EBIT margin trends do provide further room for re-rating. So on back of all this, a big upgrade to an outperform on Tech Mahindra, and CLSA has raised the target price now to 1749.
All right, that explains why that one's the top gainer in today's trading session. But Mangalam, what's your bet? Do you think India is going to pull it off against Bangladesh? Most of the 5 days have been rained out, but our boys are making a good effort. Bangladesh is 40 runs ahead, but we just introduced Ravindra Jadeja, and he's picked up a wicket right away.
Yeah, 301st test wicket for Ravindra Jadeja, doing extremely well. If there has to be a result, it has to be India, and you have to give it to, the way our boys played yesterday. They played a wham-bam sort of innings in... In half a day, it was the fastest 50, the fastest 100 that we saw, and the captain led from the front. Yes, he did get out at 23, but the first 2 balls, 2 sixes, wagged it out of the park.
Well, that's right, Mangalam, and good to see, right? Trying to make a game out of nothing at all, coming in there, smashing it out of the park. In the first 10 overs, I was wondering whether they're playing Test or T20 because they were 120 runs in 12 overs.
But the English keep talking about their baseball and this and that. There you have 2 boys from Azad Maidan going ahead and knocking it out of the park and telling them, no baseball, nothing, this is India ball, and that's exactly what's happening. We'll take a short break, come back, we get you the latest score coming in from the auto sales from the month of September. Stay tuned for that.
Welcome back. You're tuned into Chartbusters here on CNBC-TV18. Well, let's focus on the auto stocks. Vinny joins us to help us out with a quick analysis of all those numbers that have come in. Hey, Vinny.
Good morning. Yes, some of the numbers that have come in so far. We have M&M that has reported its September sales numbers. Good set of numbers coming in, especially on the auto. That's the SUV front, passenger vehicle front, where they've seen a good growth. Tractor, a bit of a muted to an in-line versus estimates of what we were expecting. Bajaj Auto also above estimates. Escorts Kubota, good set of numbers for September auto sales. Now, quickly taking a look at the numbers, M&M Auto, when you're looking at it on a year-on-year basis, they managed to see a 16% growth, while the tractor segment, that is much comparable and better comparison, would be on a year-on-year basis. That would also be because of the seasonality that comes into play, 2% growth there. What impacted tractor business was the export sales, because that's been a bit muted, but they're expecting the momentum to pick up going forward, and the second half is what they're expecting it to be much better for FY25 for the tractor sales. Festive season will play a big role in tractor growth as well. Similarly, for Escorts Kubota on the tractor front as well, they managed to see a 3% growth on a year-on-year basis. Companies highlighting that they expect this good monsoons to continue in terms of the volumes. That will be doing well in October as well. And overall, sales growth for the second half of the year. Similar commentary for M&M as well as Escorts, that second half will be much better in terms of a growth there. Bajaj Auto too is expecting this growth momentum to continue, especially the EV portfolio, which now accounts to around 40% of their domestic revenue. That's going to be interesting to watch out for. So overall, they managed to see a good set of numbers this time. 1.3 lakh units is what they managed to sell in the month of September.
All right, Vinny, just hang in there right now, because, while you're giving us the auto sales scores right now, we're also getting scores coming in from the India-Bangladesh match, which is currently underway. Just before going into the break, Nigel, there was 4 wickets down, and now it's 5. Akashdeep gets another one. Vinny, do you have a comment?
I think Vinny's the good luck charm.
So I'm very happy with that. I'll keep standing here till we get more wickets there.
But are you tracking the game?
Not me, not tracking it as of now, but surely getting updates.
All right, we'll let you track the auto sales for now while Nigel and I keep talking about the game itself. Nigel, Akashdeep, what a find he's been for India, last 2 games doing extremely well.
And he's removed the danger man, because the opener from Bangladesh was looking in fine form, was at around 50 runs odd, and if he spent more time with the crease, it would prolong the agony for us. So I think I'm betting on India winning this game.
Well, you know what? If we spend any more time out here talking cricket, our director will get very angry. So let's go across to the Bajaj Auto. Okay. We won't get the Bajaj Auto management bites right now, but stay tuned to CNBC TV18. We'll take a break on Chartbusters. Trading Hour comes up next. Get you update on the auto sales and also the commentary coming in from all the managements that we spoke to this morning.